Dallas, the great WBAP. Meg, go.
Hi, Mark. I'm calling in to talk about school choice. And I just wanted to say I'm a mother of 5. I'm extremely conservative. And I'm against school choice because choice is no choice when the money follows the child. And as a mother of 5 with kids in the school system...
What does that mean?
What it means is that when the money follows the child, so do all of the federal mandates and
No,
the
they
technicals
don't.
of the...
No, they don't. No, they don't.
No,
Ma'am, I've litigated this issue. It depends how the state writes it.
No.
If the state... Why are you jumping all over me? I haven't even had a chance to explain it to you. I've been involved in this for 30 years. Go ahead. You go.
Sure.
You educate us.
Yes, thank you. With the passage of ESSA, there are federal mandates that are going to be pushed into our school systems. And every state in the country are now beginning to figure out how they're going to align into it. So, for instance, in the state of Texas, we have started what's called the next generations of assessments and accountability. And that's in order so that we can be in compliance to ESSA. And what ESSA is doing is they are going and they are beginning to standardize and assess non-cognitive and soft skills. And how are they doing it? What's their access point? Their access point is technology. So the push that we see of technology into the classroom is the means to nationalize curriculum.
Ma'am, listen, thanks for your call. This is just goofy stuff. There are school choice programs, not enough of them, all over the country, including Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Not using technology to nationalize anything. There are things to be concerned about, like Common Core and so forth. The key issue with school choice is how the states write their legislation and what they mean by school choice. Some states mean one thing and some states mean another. But there's one thing that protects private and parochial schools. They don't have to participate. There's no requirement whatsoever that they participate. So if they think these rules are onerous, or if they think they're going to be nationalized through technologies and computers, well, then they shouldn't participate. So I'm not against homeschooling. I'm all for it. I'm not against charter schools. I'm all for it. But you've got, in some cases, single-parent homes, particularly in the inner city community, and they have no way out. And so, no, I don't agree. I don't think kids should be forced to go to their local public school if the local public school sucks and is crime-ridden. I think that is a horrible, horrible mistake. And I don't buy into these conspiracies, whether it comes to vaccinations, I think people can decide on their own, or whether it comes to technology through computers as a way of nationalizing cognitive skills and so forth and so on. I also happen to believe that we ought to abolish the Department of Education and other things we can do. But this is the kind of argument I get any time we try to take a step forward. Any time. To advance competition, to advance liberty, all the fear tactics, the scare tactics. It's like Convention of States, Article 5. The dumbest arguments you can imagine. And contradictory arguments. Out of one side of the same person's mouth, they'll say, you'll have a runaway convention. And then when you explain you can't, then they'll turn around and say, well, it can never be done. It's a pipe dream. Meanwhile, we don't live under the Constitution as written. We live under the Constitution as Ruth Bader Ginsburg deems it to be. So any time you try to use legitimate recourse, a liberty agenda with competition, a constitutional agenda under Article 5, some people, it seems to me, just want to complain and be in a position to say it's either my way or no way. And some days, I have to admit, it really gets me down. Because if we can't unite and organize around these liberty agendas, true reform agendas, not phony reform agendas, then we can't get out of this. So she's against school choice because she homeschools. I'm for both. Then we have people, I'm against Convention of States because, I like our Constitution. Well, I'm for Convention of States because I love our Constitution. But things are written into the Constitution. Things have been done to the Constitution. The progressive agenda has been enshrined in our Constitution. So that requires us using the Constitution under Article 5 to get it back. I don't know about that. monopoly government schools. No, they're gonna nationalize the private schools. So you can't win. There's no way out. Unless everybody homeschools. Again, I'm not against homeschooling, but everyone's not going to homeschool, and everybody can't homeschool. And it shouldn't be one size fits all. That there's only one way out. No, there isn't. Anyway, next caller, Mr. Producer. WBAP is hopping. Lynn, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good.
Well, okay, so there are multiple ways out, and I have 3 kids in the public schools, and I agree with you on the indoctrination. So say we take the money out and let it follow the child. What I'm finding is because of David Coleman, who's the president of College Board, you know who he is. He's the guy who was the architect.
You know the lady who called before?
Yeah, actually I do.
That's what I thought.
Homeschool, though. She
what
doesn't
does she do?
She has a child in private school. The other ones are in public school. And
so why are you both calling me tonight?
Well, because we listen to your show, and we want.
Did you speak to each other and say that you wanted to call?
No, but I know her, and we both listen to you.
It's like your neighbor.
This is interesting. No, she lives in another part of town.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so if our kids have to get into college through, ACT, SAT, and all those means, if those are aligned with David Coleman's, his Common Core and his vision of where he wants to take these tests, my children have to get into college.
Well, why is this guy in charge?
Great question. But
well,
that's
answer
the reality of it. So because somebody put him in charge. I don't know, but
remove him.
If you're homeschooled or if you're in private school,
remove him.
Well, I'm trying. You should see all the things that I post about him. I'm trying.
I know, but the whole country can't deign to this.
The whole country can't what?
Can't bend over backwards to this.
Well, do you see what I'm saying?
You guys in Texas need to address it.
We're trying, but
okay, well, I'm in Virginia.
So if I go to a charter school or if I go to a
where do you send your kids?
School, mine go to public school, but I'm agreeing with you on the indoctrination. So say I put them in a private.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to call radio stations and talk to a wider audience.
I can't fix it. No, what are you going to do about it in the classroom?
Well, I went before the Texas Senate, the Education Committee.
But it doesn't matter, does it?
No, but what I'm telling you is, so even if I go to a homeschool...
I am telling you that when it comes to the production of toasters, we have competition.
Yeah.
When it comes to the education of our children, we don't. Now, if there's somebody screwing up the production of toasters, then that person somehow, some way has to be removed. We don't destroy the whole system of competition because some jerk is in charge, now do we?
But it's seeping into all of them is my point. We can't...
All right, then give up. Who do you have next, Mr. Producer? Well, maybe there'll be another neighbor who calls. Jim, Sirius Satellite, Pennsylvania, how are you?
I'm doing very well, sir. Thank you for your work. I admire it, and I respect it tremendously. And thank you for taking my call.
All right, thank you.
You know,